So what I've done here, Josh, I've got a head start. I've unpackaged the frame. I've laid it out on sawhorses so it's easy to work on. The first step here was to pre-drill all the installation holes. We've got our sill, jamb, and head. Now, do you notice that something's missing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth side.
The fourth side. There is no fourth side. It's a pocket system, so it doesn't have that jamb inside the pocket.
Right.
Okay, and we'll get to that in a little bit and how we handle that through the installation.
Lee, I appreciate you already doing some of the work for me when I was, not here. But one thing that you always recommend and your installers always recommend is putting any of the LaCantina doors up on sawhorses.
Yeah.
Number one, it's a more comfortable workplace. You can probably get it a lot flatter.
Yep.
And then the other thing is with all these is that you're joining corners.
Yes.
So you're going to need those sawhorses at those corners. It just allows for a much easier, simpler install or assembly.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. So yeah, find a nice flat surface, preferably near the opening.
Yeah.
So you don't have far to carry it once it's assembled. But yeah, you're right. It also protects the product as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to walk you through the assembly holes that we've drilled here.
Okay.
On the sill, we have installation tabs on both the exterior and interior. Mm-hmm. We don't have to penetrate the sill to install it.
Great.
We just do it on the interior and exterior, okay? So we pre-drill 4.5 inches in on both sides.
Yep.
Then we put one in the middle, and then every 20 inches.
Right.
Okay? We do the same thing on the inside, okay? And then we come back and we actually countersink all these sill installation holes, okay? Why we do that is so the flathead screw sits nice and flush, so when we come in at the end with the bull nose, it can actually snap in there.
Right.
And it conceals all the screws anyway.
Got it.
Okay? The installation hole prep for the jamb and the head are very similar.
Okay.
It's the same profile that goes across the head down the jamb. It's a miter join. It's the channel in which the door slides. This is the jamb component. As you can see, it's got the keeper there. 4.5 inches in on the outer and innermost channel.
Yeah.
Okay? Right in the center. So again, we come down this end, 4.5 inches, a hole in the dead center, and then 20 inches apart, okay? It's exactly the same for the head.
Okay.
Okay, 4.5 inches in, hole in the center, and then every 20 inches.
Super easy install. It's also in your book. It's in the book. It's as clear as day.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
We got that.
So these install holes here on the head and sill, if you see, look at this little corner section here. We've got the head, the sill, and the jamb. We've got the cover plates on here, but looking at the profile, this is a 3-track.
Yeah.
The one we're installing today into the pocket is a 2-track.
Okay.
But same principle applies. The outer and most inner track is where you get your installation holes through this groove here. And what that does is allow you to shim out the head and jamb to make it nice and flat so the head does not roll.
Right.
Okay? We're ready to seal the corners, join it, and get it in the hole.
Okay, so we've got clear sealant.
Yeah, we use clear because, once it's joined, it doesn't stand out. You can always cut it away if you want.
And then you always also say that over seal or whatever, wait till it's dry to clean it up.
That's right. Yeah, you don't want to compromise that seal.
Yep.
What we're going to do first is the sill to the jamb.
Yeah.
Okay? We want to seal every single contact point where it's going to hit the jamb and actually fill all the voids in that sill as well.
Okay.
Okay? Remembering not to forget this back leg.
Right.
It's very important.
And when you mean the back leg, that
Yep.
means because it ties into here.
That's right, yeah. This is your interior leg. So water's going to come in here. This is what's stopping it from going inside.
And so the idea that you've always stressed with every single one of your doors is the sill is the most important place to be vigilant with the sealant.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Water runs down. It's going to land in the sill. You want to make sure all your joins are adequately sealed because water will run to the sides, down toward the jambs. You just want to make sure that none can get through.
Right, and ultimately it all comes out the weep holes.
Yes. So we've got all the contact points. We're going to go ahead and fill these voids.
I'm actually really glad you're doing this video, because when I did my first LaCantina door by myself, and the manual says fill the voids, I was like, not sure what they're talking about here.
Right.
But you literally mean to fill all the voids.
Yes. So that's ready to go. We're going to stand this up. We want this to be a one-shot deal, because we don't want to compromise the sealant that you've applied. So we're just going to shift this in. What we want to do is align the front of this to the face of the jamb, okay? There's pre-drilled holes in the jamb that align with boss points on the sill.
Yep.
So the boss points have all been tapped and threaded, ready to accept the machine screw. So it's a pretty simple join. In your hardware box, you got your frame assembly screws.
How do you know?
It's labeled as such.
Perfect.
I always like to get these out and stage them, just so you've got quick access to them. Now you can get these fingers started and then move to your drill gun, okay? So let's move this into position. You want to make sure that both components are at a 90 degree so it joins nice and square and tight.
You're going to be doing all the work. I'm just holding this thing. Oh, okay. Bravo.
Okay.
That's sucked up.
So this is good. You like to see this squeeze out. It means it's got a nice positive seal.
Okay, move into this corner.
Yep. We're going to join the jamb and head. This is a mitered corner. So we have corner keys.
Yep.
We are going to seal all the contact points, just like we did the sill, and put it at 90 degrees. This corner key fits in between these thermal brakes, okay? And because it is the same extrusion, it slides into the same pocket on the head track.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. So you slide those in and then...
Yep, so there's two holes in the back here for screws. They align with the holes in the corner key and fasten it in there. So
how do you know which one's the corner key? The other good thing about these corner keys is they have pre-drilled holes too, so you know when you're in the right spot.
Okay. Each component has a letter on the back side, so that indicates what other part it should marry up with.
Right.
Okay, so it's A to A, B to B, C to C, D to D. Okay, right. So it's pretty hard to mess up. We're going to start applying sealant to all the contact points.
Do you want me to lay down here? There you go.
Sure. We'll put it on the one with the corner key. Okay. So again, all the contact points. This will stop any sheeting water coming down. Okay. All right, we're ready. I've sealed all the contact points, so we're ready to stand this up and slide the corner key into this. It is critical you have a mallet here. It is a tight fit, so you want to make sure that you get that. There you go. Very good, thank you. So again, the corner key holes align on this side now, so we're going to send some screws in there. Okay.
How are we going to do
this? We
this?
are ready to put this in.
Okay.
It's a little trickier.
Yeah.
Because we've only got one jamb, but we do have a little trick. So we have what we call a story pole. Now this is in the instructions.
Yeah.
We don't supply the story pole, but it's a job site. Hopefully you can find a 2x4 and use some banding off the packaging that the product comes in.
Yep.
And you can easily construct one.
Great.
Okay. So what it's gonna serve as a temporary jamb to hold it all together until we get it in the opening. So in the manual we actually tell you how long to cut it. It's about 3.5 inches less than your overall system height. This one's been cut. We've got some banding. If you look on the other side, we've screwed some of the banding from the packaging. Okay. You pop that in one side, you face that down and slide it into the head track.
The top?
Yep.
Okay.
Loop that banding around and then screw it in.
All right.
Okay. So we do the same here on the sill. It just sits in between the tracks comes back around, we pop a couple of screws in and it's ready to handle.
Great.
Let's go and inspect the opening. There's a few things we need to look at in the flashing detail and on the interior side of the wall.
Great.
Okay.